So I had this live earlier, but I wasn't a fan of how it was set up, so I'm changing it to be vertical, just to make it a little bit easier on myself to go back through and get YouTube stuff. Well, not YouTube, but like Instagram and TikTok stuff from it. But so what I've kind of decided is that my chest camera is going to be used for just specifically YouTube. Same with the camera back there. That's currently oriented wrong because I have to reseal something behind me. So there's that. But then also on top of that, it's just going to be easier for me to actually pull from and edit, and you get the whole gist of what my plan is. So that's what I got pushed a pretty good ways from where I was at. I want to get a phone holder for way up there so I can just stay streaming, but you know. Also, this is one of the first times y'all have seen me without a fly rod, because I'm a multi-angler. I don't just do one thing or another, so. Time with this thing, honestly. Using a Rapala brokeback swim bait. Movement and stuff right up where I'm at. I don't know. There's gotta be a turtle right here in front of me. Or a gar. There's a lot of gar in here. I had a whole bunch of fish jumping around me and stuff, but I've yet to catch anything for some reason. And nothing's been biting. So I don't know if it's because the amount of bait fish that are just out here teaming around, that they're just not interested in any like swim baits or what else going on. But I didn't really feel like driving all the way to the other side of town. This was a live bait. I really should have brought the cast net, but I don't have any room behind me. So let's good old. I put it up way too soon. Let's redo that. Sit. Nothing. There we go, that's a lot better to cast. So the trick to these brokebacks is if you reel it, let it sit, reel it, let it sit, because they float. So you don't really have to worry about them getting stuck in the bottom unless you like are pretty much like at ground level trying to do this. Sit. What's up? Thanks for checking out the stream, y'all. I wish I could catch a fish for y'all, but they do not seem to be wanting to bite, period, today, so just let that sit for a minute. Nah. I'll tell you what, if you don't play a game like Fortnite, I got a better game for you. Tarkov. Way better in my opinion. Now granted, I haven't played the new season. Really right now, whatever's jumping around, I don't really have a specific species I'm targeting right now. But, there we go. I would like to get some bass. I've been catching a lot of bluegill, and I actually caught a bass on Caney the other day. I haven't put that video out yet, so I have to edit it. But so I'm really what they got out here mostly is bass and catfish. I had a bite earlier while I was on the phone, and then it was like I missed it, so I was kind of upset about that. Hopefully I can cook something into maybe. I saw something down there. Dude, bass fishing. So what I'll say, if you come here to catch bass, if you want a real good fight, no, I live in Tennessee, but if you want a real good fight with the bass, it's nice and all to go to a lake, but if you can catch something out of a creek, man, they fight 5 times as hard, and it's way more fun. All right, yeah, I do eventually want to go to Canada to go fish up there. One of my goals is to fish at least, well, I'll say every country. There's certain countries I can't go to, like for instance, North Korea or anywhere that's kind of one of those countries. But hopefully I can, I would like to eventually go to a lot of different countries and fish for different species that they're like known for. I mean, I want to hopefully next year go for, you can hear them jumping around. I want to go to either Montana or somewhere towards the north to try to catch some salmon, but that's going to be not really bucket list, more just kind of I got to plan it out and take time off and whatnot, and I've got a bunch of other stuff I got to take time off for anyways, so let's see, possibly figure something out with that work-wise. Yeah, dude, I would definitely love to go to South Africa to try fishing. There's a ton of fish that I've seen over there. So South Africa, Australia, where's the other place that I was looking at? New Zealand, for sure. I'd love to go to New Zealand. Oh, dude, ice fishing would be a ton of fun. I've never actually considered, well, I've considered doing it, but there's nowhere around here to do it unless I go like 3-4 states north, and I just don't really have the time of day to do that usually, but hopefully I'll be able to get to the point where I can take a little more time to do this. Nothing still. Oh yeah, I've heard stories about them sharp teeth. It's getting a bite, and then it's just kind of calms down again. So where I'm at right now, I'm kind of at the back end of the channel. So there's a bridge over in that direction. The water flows in this way, and it ends up over there. So it's kind of the dirtier side of the water. But I mean, realistically speaking, though, this is actually a pretty good lake. I mean, I'm really fortunate to have this like right near my house. Anything, please. So we're gonna get moving a little bit because there's really no action going on out here right now. So yeah, they vary. Bass will go relatively deep or into the shade when it's hot out, and right now it's like not even 70, which is, it felt amazing. I was actually cold working today. I was outside, and hold up, there's some stuff right in front of me that just started moving. But yeah, they'll usually they are active in waters between 50 and 70. Like up higher 70s and stuff like that. but it really depends. Smallmouth, they're way more picky about where they're at than largemouth are. Largemouth will just kind of do whatever. Smallmouth has to be the right temperature for them. Hey, I'd rather have a slow day of fishing than a fast day not fishing, personally. And plus, I bought the kayak, and it's good to get out on it every once in a while. But it's I knew I felt something weird whenever I first casted it. Last cast. What'd you tie around? I hate backlashing, dude. Yeah, I got this kayak last year. It's only seen. Okay, I got that popped out. Where and how are you stuck? Give me a second. I gotta fix this. Oh wow, it's deep too. Dang. Where is that? Did we get it? I think we got it. Pull that out. The only thing I hate about some of these rods that I have is that they do not play well whenever you cast them the wrong way. Most of my other rods are spin reels or fly rods, but I like to try out the bait caster every once in a while, especially if you're wanting good movement. Get towards the bridge. Actually, so funny enough, I saw a, I don't know if it was an otter or what it was. I don't think we have otters around here, but I could be wrong on that. Oh yeah, I can see how Crocs would be an issue for a kayak. I don't know if y'all are allowed to have like guns or whatever, but definitely if I was like in Florida or something, there would be no question. I would have to have like a firearm to go on a kayak down in Florida. I don't even like going on a normal boat in Florida without something. I'm trying to see, because they're all jumping around. It's just, I don't know what size it is, what's jumping. With my luck, it's going to be some other larger bait fish. Or they're all just full now and just harassing the bait fish, which is always another possibility. I'm like in a circle of them right now. It's kind of moving around, but nothing. Oh dang. Nope. Say, one thing I was thinking about for larger, because I've also been looking into a John boat to kind of start working on. Yeah, no, I need to get an actual good pistol for going out on the water, because I right now don't have a boat firearm unless I'm in Florida. Then usually my uncle's boat's got one, but there's some areas around here that I would definitely prefer to have, especially, like I said, remote areas. I've got into a few remote areas before, and I was like, yeah, I wouldn't mind having something, especially because it's known for bears. And I'd rather not have to deal with a bear with my hands. That would suck. And the waters that I'm in with those are usually way too shallow for me to try to go to a deep area to even attempt to get away. Okay, I gotta figure out why. See what's a better spot. They're not really. It's all over to the right and in front. So eventually, speaking of John boat, eventually whenever I get one, I do want to end up making a series of actually like building it out, because I'm gonna probably take the shell of one and just build it from the ground up. Let's move spots. I'm not really having any luck out here besides that one bite. I mean, there's the bait fish and minnows and stuff jumping around. They're just not. Whenever's schooling them and pushing them, it wouldn't be. Doesn't seem to be interested in blue ball. So I've already tried the crappie jigs and spinners, and still have absolutely zero luck regarding those. So. Yeah, the one I'm looking at right now, what you call it, John boat wise, it's a 12 foot, 12 by 36 inch. So it would be a pretty decent sized boat, good to work on. Real fun to actually take the shell, and I've always been big into building stuff from scratch. I mean, I've done that with, cars. Even this kayak, once we get back to an area where I can take off the phone and record it, then I can show it off. It's all rigged up. I've got lights in front, battery, got fish under us. This is a floating jig, so that's not gonna work. But yeah, I've got a battery up there. I've got lights up by my feet. Actually, my box is currently blocking it. I have lights behind me and dual lights on the sides. That thing lights up back there. And I've got a fish finder right here. So I've spent some time rigging this thing up. But it's just a little bit small, and I'm kind of limited to within a couple miles of where I start out with a John boat. I could easily take it out and further than, say for instance, like 5-6 miles. I can take it out maybe 20-30 if I need to for more remote areas or different lakes. Plus, it's going to be nice having a trailer opposed to just throwing it on top of my car and praying for the best after I've rigged it up. One bad knot, which I'm pretty good at tying my knots, getting everything set up. But I'm pretty good at tying it up, but I have had a few times where it's loosened up on me. Oh, great. Now, as soon as I turn around, they're behind me. Exactly. I would rather be able to choose the parts that I put on my stuff opposed to just buy it as is. Plus, you have way more of a sense of accomplishment whenever you get it finished. Anything? Nothing. Oh, had to stop that. I was about to go into a tree. I may have to go further out over there or something, because I'm not really getting much of anything out here. I've already hit this entire shoreline to the left. I was on Instagram for a bit, but didn't really have any engagement on there. So I'm on here. I think I'm going to be using YouTube a whole lot more. So I'd rather grow my YouTube channel than my Instagram page. Fish about 16 feet right here. Yeah, kind of what the plan for the John boat is to kind of make a false floor, and besides, by the captain's area, which is, of course, the back, but making a false, like, trapdoor kind of area where I can put a whole bunch of gear and equipment, life vests, and all the good stuff, but also making it small enough to where I can go into these more remote areas on, like, even just, like, creeks from upstream. That's a dead fish somewhere. I can smell that from here. It's awful. It's gotta be catfish. Ooh, I didn't realize there was a tree right there. Let's try to get further up. Kind of wavy. Yeah, and I'll have the troll motor. What was that? Whatever that was massive. And I want to see if I can catch it. See if I can possibly coax whenever just kind of surfaced, then went back down. Then again, it could be a turtle, which I'm so sick of turtles around there. Let's see if I can move around with that. Chicken digging it. Oh yeah, I mean that's really, even with this kayak right here, my entire goal was, like when I set out, was to make a competition-ready kayak that would rival these like multi-$1,000 kayaks that were for less than $2,000. And I have a fish finder, I've got lights, I've got all this gear, and I mean, minus what I already had, that the entire thing probably doesn't cost me more than, well, then it cost me more than about $1,800. That's being like really just kind of like, I'm giving that a lot too. If I was being conservative, I'd probably guesstimate that I could have easily built this out for even less. Trying to see if I can. I'm seeing a bunch of movement over here to the left. I'm not sure what's moving. It's not the issue. But yeah, eventually I want to start entering these competitions, and like I said, it's my job right now and my timing, it's just, it wouldn't really work out. I have to switch out baits. Let's fish with suspension first, and then we'll swap out as we see fit. Yeah, I mean, the John boat, I could probably, if I'm giving a pretty conservative estimate, I could probably get it built and fully competition ready for like $5,000. Like that includes boat, motor, fish finder. That's really gonna be the expensive part, and the rest of it I can probably get scrapped and make the actual floor with it. And then, you know, the carpeting and stuff, I could always go find a boat in the junkyard, cut out the carpet if it's in good enough condition, and use that. Because realistically, you can get into all this stuff really cheap. Yeah, exactly. I mean, because this thing's way smaller. It's not pedal drive, so I have way more clearance than your average pedal drive kayaker. Like even my buddy, he had an issue with his the other day while we were on the Caney. A rock got pushed into the actual pedals, and you know he couldn't get up. Well, I was just, you know, I hopped back in and I was ready to go immediately. Plus, because he loses, I think, about like 8 inches of space whenever he's using that compared to me. The only thing that I've had an issue with this thing is the plugs. I may just have to drill out a little bit more in the plug hole, but I really don't want to chance it and accidentally pop a hole into the actual bow. Or not the bow, but the hole. That's the last thing I want to do, but I could probably get them to sit properly. The only issue is again, like I said, that small little annoyance, but it doesn't like, it's not to the point where it'll sink it if I don't do it right. Oh, we're going into that tree way too fast. Come on. It's only 1 foot here. Yeah, let's try to find deeper waters. There should be some docks around here, so it'll be dredged. Oh yeah, my handle broke off of my kayak earlier. I was picking it up. I got it all set up, ready to go. Threw it onto my my dolly. Pick it up and hear a pop. I look down, and it's just all gone. So I was like, oh, well, I can't really pull it up right now. I don't want to chance moving the camera. There's so many bait fish around. I should have brought a cast net. That was deeper water. That would be perfect for a bass. Right there. It's all coated pretty good. Let's yeah, we can play around with it here. Yeah, I used to do live bait a lot more than I do now. The only reason why I don't do live bait now is it's just gotten so hard to find. Like, I wouldn't mind catching my own live bait and stuff. It's still only about a foot here. My whole thing, I just don't really have the right setup to like tote around live bait constantly. And that's another big reason why I've been looking at the John boat, is just because I could definitely use that to go out and catch live bait and then bring it out with me, or keep it in a aerated tank or something. So that's just another positive to having something like that, to where I can get out in the morning easily and I'm already set up, opposed to trying to get this thing off the car and put everything in. I mean, because this thing's basically a shell whenever it gets off my car. Yeah, what was that? Oh, it was a heron. Yeah, the main live bait that I fish though is just worms, but if I can get a hold of some shiners or something, I'm definitely going to be fishing shiners. Which that's what I've been seeing mostly today, was just tons of shiners just all over in the water. Actually, now I think about it, I probably could. It would be a good idea to actually add a proper live well into the John boat. They siphon their filter, so whatever live bait I do have doesn't get sucked into the actual pump. Around here, there's probably nothing that's going to hit the bait. But yeah, it's a real hassle, because I've tried to take out the shiners before on the kayak, and it just really doesn't work. My best thing I can do is get like a treble hook, put an egg weight at the bottom, turn on my lights, and then jig for them. That was a turtle. I swear, if a turtle catches this thing, I'm not going to be happy. But I've only really done shiners out of this thing when I've snagged them and then dropped them below. Even then I didn't really catch anything. Downside to it though for me is that only works at night, and I don't usually have the time or the energy to go out night fishing constantly. It is fun though whenever you get it scheduled. right now my main strategy is just kind of looking for where movement is, and then I'll be seeing a bunch of like splashing or whatever where a predator fish is schooling bait fish. And I'll try to throw ahead of that. And since this thing kind of imitates an injured shad, like a larger injured shad, they are usually pretty keen to go towards it. But it's just, I guess today's just not the day that they're feeling like something injured. So, but that's really what it is. Otherwise, I'll use a jig. I'll throw it out there. I'll just kind of troll it. And realistically, I've been thinking with this temperature change, like it changed heavily today. I don't have a water thermometer on me. I usually do with my fly gear right now. I like to try to measure the water temperature. As it did today, I'd say it's probably about 70-ish, maybe a little bit hotter. So the fish are moving, but they're not like, going after everything they see, because it's still somewhat warm water. Another one that I've been doing is I'll look for an area that looks like it would be a spot for them to stay at, and then I go from there, try to cast out towards it, pull that shad in a little bit towards the area, let it sit, reel it up a little more, let it sit for a couple more seconds, and then see if it actually gets hit. That's really the best way to fish these rapalas. And if you're getting a bunch of movement around you, pull it, because I'm using a square bill, so whenever you pull it up against the water, it sinks it further. And I'm hoping that maybe, no, nothing. Now on top of that, it's a kind of we call it emergers for fly fishing, but it's kind of like a semi-top water. So it sits, it floats, but it's not like above the water the entire time. Some movement out there to the right. I do have some other jigs that I want to try out, but I don't know if I'll get around to it yet. So I have actually done a little fly fishing for bass, but really I just kind of go for multi-species usually. There's actually a video on my channel. I actually had a pretty good fight with a bass fly fishing. But no, I haven't caught anything today. It's been kind of weird because they're all moving, but I guess just the bait fish are all moving around so much that they're not interested in any of these synthetic baits. But yeah, it's just been that one bite so far. I had more fish that were kind of moving topwater wise, like actually running topwater and not just kind of schooling up towards the surface and then dropping out. I would throw on a whopper plopper, but I've never really had luck with those. I know some people who have had amazing luck with them, but I just personally haven't caught anything with them. Only one of the worst things though with being a kayak on the lake is that everyone else has these boats that they're fully on plane and everything, and you're just trying to, hopefully they don't come near you. So I've been trying to stay in these kind of shallower areas, and I just don't feel like flipping this and trying to retrieve all my stuff because there's a lot in the back. Also been trying to get somewhat near trees, see if I can interest whatever's under them. Only problem is that a lot of times they'll be a little too small. Oh yeah, for sure. No, I've most of the time I actually end up catching the. I've got one on a woolly bugger, and then mostly all my other bass fly catches have been on spiders. That's really the main lure that I use is the spiders. That was a bad cast. But yeah, I've had the best luck with those, honestly. Reel this guy in. We're gonna switch out to a crappie jig lure out here. This looks like more of a panfish kind of area. So, let's go with a little micro rod. Oh yeah, no kidding. I mean, I don't usually use, I've used a fly rod once in a kayak. That was just the other day. That thing made me so mad, dude. It got stuck on everything. I had to pull off to the side. While they were generating from the dam, by the way, just to fix my issue that I was having. But most of the time I'm wading the creeks around here. And any other creek that I can really get my hands on. So I can possibly. So I can probably get up under that tree. Yeah, so instead of hooking everything in the boat, I hook every single tree and limb known to man. And then it'll get stuck under the water somewhere, and I try to pull that out, and it works fantastic because I have to go and retrieve and ruin the spot. Grab some gunk off the floor. No? Guess not. Nice field right there. Eventually I want to try to figure out how I can get this GoPro right here to record to YouTube. Or live stream to YouTube directly, because I've got a whole mic set up, and I mean, this is a pretty decent rig that I've got here. It's just I don't know how to get it to work how I'd like for it to yet. But I'm still relatively new to this whole outdoor YouTube thing. I've only been doing it for maybe about 2 months. Used to have a gaming one when I was younger. I'm gonna probably start another one just for simulators that I play a lot, because they're fun. Because you never really know what's gonna attract somebody's attention. Is that? No, I got a stick. I thought something was emerging out of the water. The bird don't sound too happy. Oh yeah, definitely. It took me a long time. And my grandpa, he taught me a little bit about fly fishing. But it was in an open area. I fish like wooded areas with the creeks running through them, because that's really where you get the best luck. Because, like, I mean, pressured waters are a huge thing. I mean, you got a lot of these fly fishermen that they care more about distance than they do about technique. So they'll try to get this far distance to cast out just to let it fall down whenever, you know, if you're just to cast it just in the perfect spot, you don't have to let it fall down or anything. Just automatically go for it because they think it's, oh, like, hey, there's something there on top of the water that looks like food, and so I'm going to go for it. There's a lot of rocks around here, which means possibly, just maybe, we can coax a largemouth out of one of them. Whether there's one here or not, I have no idea, but worth a shot. That was not where I wanted to cast it, but it works. Oh yeah, no, I've spent hours tying my own flies, and then it's like, oh, you know that really realistic one that you tried, like that you made that looks exactly like that, that would catch something? Yeah, that's currently up in a tree to where you can't grab it. But I have climbed trees to grab my flies before. It's almost comical to watch. Come on. Good Lord. I know there's something over there. Oh, got some gunk on here. Get off. I can. Oh. Like right up here in my boat. Yeah, they're all over me right here. But nothing's hitting. Hang on, let's do it. Ooh. That was a largemouth. That was actually a really good sized largemouth. I've got to figure out how I'm going to catch that thing now. Come on. There we go. Fish on. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Oh, let's go. Woo-hoo! Come on. I need to get better at doing that. Oh man. Oh man. There we go. First fish of the day. Oh man. It's a hog too. Look at that. Mate, I'm trying to get this jig out of you before you swallow it. Where is, there it is. I didn't even hit record on my GoPro. I'm glad you about swallowed it. There we go. That thing's freaking big. I don't have any way to. Oh wait, no, I do have a way to measure it. What size are you? From tail to head, you are 12, 13, 15, 16 inches. Man, ready. Alrighty, back in the water you go. Man, I needed a catch. And on the little micro rod too. That's that thing's first catch. And that's why we come out here, because even if we only catch one fish for the rest of the day, it's still a good fish. That's what I care about. Come on. I've got a fight. this guy, because for some reason we're not getting down deep enough to. I would probably guess maybe 2 pounds, maybe a little bit less, maybe 1.5 pounds, or 1.75 pounds. But it wasn't anything small by any means. But yeah, it was about. Let's see, let me make sure, because he was. I've rubbed off half of these markings. I've measured and marked it myself with a permanent marker, which, as you can tell, is not very permanent. So, but it has increments over here. I just can't really measure which ones. I'm gonna guess about 14 inches and maybe about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds, somewhere in that area. But yeah, I saw him go for it. I felt a little something, and then it's just started getting pulled. So we're gonna keep fishing this area because they like to pull up, or they like to kind of team up around here. What's up? Oh yeah, man. Yeah, actually, I just caught a pretty decent sized smallie. Well, not smallie, it was a largemouth. It was good 14, 15 inches and weighed about 2 pounds or 1.5 pounds. I didn't measure the weight. And then my markings are all kind of scrubbed off over here on the floor. But yeah, also I talked to the game warden, or somebody from TWRA, about that that weird looking stuff that was in the water that I showed you. They said they think it's just some kind of iron deposit or something, but they're not really too concerned about it. Let's see if I can get off this log right here. Yeah, it's I'm glad to finally caught something, that's for sure. I think I'm just gonna live stream today. I'll actually record a video or something tomorrow or whenever. I'm gonna keep the kayak on the car and all rigged up so I can head out as soon as possible. Ooh, that may be a good one. There's a bunch of fish over there. Oh, heck yeah, dude. Do you know what kind of fish you caught? So I want to go down to Florida here in the next few months and try to either catch some snapper or some reds. I think it'd be fun. Not on the kayak, that'd be a little bit sketchy. Oh. All right. Nope. We got some stuff over there. We got some fish jumping too. Means catch another bass would be great. I forget what the regulation on bass is out here, because I know I got to get some fish for a fish fry here somewhat soon. Jumped around. Yeah, one little trick to catching bass is they're always by rocks for some, like either really deep or by rocks. I guess I accidentally turned this thing off. And I hit the, oh, I see what I did. I pulled out the power cord. That'll do it. Yeah, I've kind of figured out that probably one of the most essential parts to a kayak is one of these little dock rods, because you can jig with it, or I mean, if you just want to catch something fun in a little tight space, perfect. Oh, that's a good cast. Okay, gotcha. I've never actually ate grunts. Are they good? Let's stop that. Nothing. There's a little bit of splash over here. Let's get a little closer. Oh, nice. Yeah, I have not caught a sea bass yet. Usually when I go out fishing in Florida, I'm usually in the mangroves, so I'm catching like mangrove snappers, red, snook, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I would definitely want to get out deep sea fishing again. I've only gone, realistically, I've only gone once. And I caught, well, I was with the Boy Scouts, caught some mahi. I was the cook for the night too, and man, that was probably some of the best blackened mahi I think I've ever ate. Even the counselors there was like, yeah, that's probably about the best fish we've had this year. Come on, why is it stuck? Eventually, once I kind of get a little more of a following, I want to create a few different series. One of them would be kind of like a catch and cook series. But first off, is I want to grow a little more, and so I can find not really find my niche, because fishing is my niche, but just kind of expand a little bit. Anything? Oh, we got movement to the left, so let's go left. By that tree. Oh, are they not like the real nice, well, I take it they were probably circle hooks. That's what I've always used. The J hooks, they're nice, but circle hooks, especially because a lot of these sea fish like to swallow hooks like immediately. So it's always good when it pulls it out the right way. You just gotta get good quality ones. Oh, come on. I keep getting a bunch of gunk and stuff on right there. Probably cast it under that if I tried. So let's do a little flip. Sweet. There's a bunch of those. Am I stuck? I think I'm stuck. Heck no. Come on. Come on, let me out. Well, there goes the first bait of the day. Oh, don't do that. Oh, it's I'm gonna go to this crabapple tree. I do not want to be in the crabapple tree. Spiders. There's a whole lot of other gnats and whatnot. It's time a new jig. Went out and bought a whole bunch of white jig heads the other day just because I knew that's what I was going to be. Oh, I need to get more white bodies though. I'm about out of them. Oh, sounds like we're making a cadmium run after work tomorrow. Eventually, I would really like to learn how to make my own baits, but that's going to be kind of a later venture. I've got so many things right now. I need to get me a place first. I've got a bunch of other expenses and whatnot to take care of, so yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so actually with those fish, with the circle hooks, you don't set the hook. You literally just start reeling in. And what it does is it pulls it out of their mouth. And, well, it pulls it, like, if they're trying to swallow it, it pulls it out from the throat and into the mouth. So you lip hook them. I've had maybe one or two. There's a jet ski right there. You better be coming towards me. But I've had only one or two that I haven't been able to get the hook out of them like that. But I've also missed a couple of fish because of that. But I definitely, especially even with trout, I have little mosquito circle hooks just so I can avoid gut hooking them, because those things are so sensitive that just the slightest little mess up and they're dead. So. What am I? There we go. All right, they're very, very sensitive little creatures. Yeah, whenever I go down to Florida next time, I'm definitely going to be recording that, because I've always loved just saltwater fishing in general, especially the mangroves and whatnot, man, that has always been just a highlight of the year usually, because we'll end up with plenty of fish for our dinner. All right, man, you have a good time at the gym. Appreciate you stopping in. See if I can get this thing tied up right. Why is it not working with me? Is it through? Yep. It doesn't help that these polarized sunglasses quite literally blind me from seeing my line. Yep, they're moving all around me now. Sweet. There we go. I was trying to figure out what the problem was. Well, shouldn't have checked that hard. I ended up breaking the line, but at the same time, I'm glad I did, because I probably would have lost that. Let's do a different little knot that I like to do. That's what I did the last time, I think. Now if I can just get it back through the loop. Come on, there we go. Alright. Ow. Worst part about the retying stuff whenever you're looking up, I've gotten kind of used to tying it just without looking, but every time I do that, I end up stabbing my hand. So I'd rather not have more metal on my body than needs to be. Oh yeah, so the best thing with the white baits is they seem to they imitate the shad the most. Crappie, they're always a little more picky on everything they go for. Yeah, I think I've only got like one or two more left. Yeah, I've got one more white left. So if I lose this guy, I think we're gonna switch out baits or call it. Because what was that? That was a turtle. Get out of here. But yeah, white baits, I think it's because it imitates shad and all that kind of stuff, or it has a similar color to it, especially in this dirtier water, then it is always way better. It's just more visible to them. Let's go back right over, not there, let's go right there. Sunset's getting close, so it'll start moving a whole lot more. Yeah, the white body with the, yeah, they like to go for lure. Mainly they go for live bait, but I have had them go for a lure a time or two, and it really is just an annoyance. Like, they can't usually get it in their mouth, but whatever they do, I do not have a good time with them. The side a little bit. Blue heron, a good rock face. Probably a fish around here. Oh yeah. We've got a couple different types of turtles up here. Mainly the ones that you like to go for is just little box turtles. They're just kind of a nuisance more than anything. Soft shells are another nuisance. Actually, yeah, I'd say soft shells are probably the primary nuisance when it comes to fishing around here. Yeah, I guess y'all got the trade-off of Crocs for turtles. Something moving under there. Weird. Don't get stuck. Man, that breeze feels amazing. been like 80, 90 most days, and it went down to 60 this morning. Oh, come on, come on. I'm pretty sure I got a bite. It's had something jump over there too. So we're hoping we can catch some more. As happy as I am with that one bass, I definitely want to at least get one more fish. Yep, there we go. And you're a jumper. What are you? Little bluegill. What's up, buddy? I don't know how I even hooked you. How did you went for it? I tried to evade it, and I got you in the eye. I'm sorry, buddy. You good? Yep. There's another little guy right there. Trying to get spiked. For some reason, they love to do that. Yeah, there's fish around here, so that's good. Let's back up. We're like right in the tree line. Thank you. Yeah, I want to catch another bass, but man, at this point I'll take whatever comes to my way. Yeah, at first I thought I felt the bite, and then I pulled it up. I thought it was gunk, but I was like, no, that definitely was not just gunk. That was definitely a bite of some sort. So that right there is gunk. I can feel that on the, yeah. So yeah, a lot of what I like doing around here, oh, I just realized I'm not even, okay, I'm in about 3 foot of water. Just the more shallow areas by the bank, people don't usually come towards those much, just because, you know, everyone's got these nice bass boats and pontoons and whatnot, and they'll get them stuck if they come out here. So I'm really fortunate to have a decent kayak, especially a small one like this, because it gives me access to a lot more waters, and it saves me a lot of money on fuel. And I get a free arm workout with it sometimes if I'm going up against the stream. Come on. There's something there. Oh, bunch of gunk on it. Get off. Just on the head. Yep. Not nearly as much. It's wrapped. See if we can other movement. Oh, yeah. Right there. Cool. Kind of quick retrieve. Got a jump out there. See what that is. Let's go to another shoreline, and then we'll move out towards the center of the water. No. Okay, let's very carefully. Actually, I'm doing that. Oh, I can see my lure too. Hey, you come here. Knock it off. Then I broke. Break off. Nope. Sweet. Still got it. Love to see it. Honestly, as long as I avoid that, I could probably cast out towards the bank again. So one little trick to fishing lakes is if you can find like a stream or something that feeds into it, or even like a drainage ditch, especially after a good rain, that's where you're gonna find a whole bunch of fish at, just because it pushes in insects and all sorts of other types of food for the fish that they wouldn't always, get. So they all kind of team up over here and go for what they can get. raining? I don't think it's raining. It wasn't supposed to. Huh, weird. I felt some rain for a second. Trying to get all this gunk off of here. Oh, of course, as soon as I'm having to clean something, something jumps over there. But it is feeding time for them, so we got that going for us. So, what do we got to throw out there? Oh, yeah, that's short. Oh, now how did that happen? I ain't never once seen that. Oh. Well, that sucks. Let's try to cast that out. Cool. Now it's over there. Just play, going back and forth, huh? Yeah, no, so I don't even bring my expensive rods up, except for fly rods. I don't bring any expensive stuff into the stream anymore. I mean, even on this thing, I get a little bit anxious sometimes because I'll be going to these really confined areas, and it's really just it's this rod back here that kind of concerns me sometimes. It's a carbon fiber rod. I keep all my expensive rods for like shore fishing at the house, or for trout fishing. All stay at the house. Oh, why are you stuck there? I got a little black box that's holding all my camera equipment for GoPro. I'm not even using. No, actually, funny enough, I have the phone holder propped up on so I can get a better rig. Good. Gotta catch something off of that. Maybe too shallow. Oh, I know why I feel like rain, because I'm throwing water on myself from this rod. You're all nasty. Let's go fish this dock real quick. Probably have some fun with that. Yeah, I've been having an issue with these jigs grabbing onto every little tiny piece of fabric and hooking in behind it. Real pain to work with at times. Dry dock too, perfect. Oh, too much. See, I'm not really seeing movement on it though. Well, that is dredge, so never mind. I was gonna say it's kind of shallow right here, but dredge is out. I can see that from right here. Let's see if we can coax anyone. Nothing. Yeah, I like to hunt. Unfortunately though, I haven't been able to hunt in a couple of years because the city bought out our land, which I'm not too happy about. But it wasn't my property, we're just kind of leasing it. But luckily one of my buddies at work, he's letting me use his land, his farm, to hunt this year, so I'll be looking forward to that. Ooh, they're jumping in here somewhere. I'm sure I was in the back. Slow myself down. So now he's casting something. I'm thinking I may do some hunting videos too. I'm not 100% on that because I kind of structured this to be a fishing channel. See if I can possibly. Maybe. Nothing, huh? Bunch of bait fish schooled up under it. So I mainly go for whitetail deer, mostly for meat. Well, I say mostly. We always go for meat. I'll go for whitetail. I do want to get into turkey hunting and that kind of stuff, but I don't really have any of the gear. Ooh. Maybe? Nah. I had a little bite. I want to get into turkey hunting, and then I don't really know what else I'd really be interested in hunting besides turkey and deer. Those are two main that I've really thought about. Well, I mean, I already do the deer, just not turkey yet. There we go, moving on the right of this one. Ooh. Try not to go into people's docks because it's their property. But legally, we can. So I got a crossbow. I want to get a compound, but I mainly just use my crossbow, and then I have a muzzle loader, and then I have a AR-15 from what's the brand? It's a Springfield Armory St. Victor AR-15. I bought it when I was a cop, but now it's just kind of my personal rifle. It's pretty good. It's loud though. It's the only downside to it. It'll blow your eardrums out if you ain't careful. I've got a shotgun too, but well, I say I've got. My dad's got a shotgun that we keep at the house. I haven't used everything. He used to rabbit hunt, which would be another thing that'd be fun to get into. Plus, on top of that, it tastes pretty good. Nothing. Hey. Oh. Try to drop that in a little ways. That was close to where I didn't want to be at. Even though there's a little bit of vegetation over there, it'd probably end up getting stuck with my luck. Let's go back to where we just came from. Back on the other side of the little lagoon that we're at. Oh wow, that's actually really cool. Yeah, we've got all these different licenses and regulations. Ooh, I saw something big. And so the reason why we do that here in America is to kind of keep the population under control, I guess, like the animal population, but also for conservation. Teaching. What are you stuck on? Leave it to this thing to get stuck on something. that one drilled out too, so I can't even. Dang it. Oh, you're stuck on the bungee cord, aren't you? Rat bastard. Yep. Leave it to this thing to get stuck where I don't want it to get stuck when I don't want it to get stuck. It can get stuck any other time except for when I see a fish. Any other time. Come on. There. How did you go under it? That's my question. There we go. But yeah, we do a lot of it for like conservation, just like the fun conservation, teaching classes, all that kind of stuff. On top of that, to stop poachers, and that's why I have so many regulations, seasons, and everything. Just so, I mean, say for instance, like you're hunting deer at, alright, there he is. There's one left. I'm trying to hunt down this fish that's jumping over. It's probably a bass. But so I can understand the reason I do, but yeah, it'd be really cool to be able to hunt whenever. But the biggest issue is like they have the different seasons, because you know that's between the mating seasons. Well, you hunt them during the mating season usually, but then during the actual like gestations and all that kind of stuff is like you don't hunt them because you know they don't want you killing the pregnant deer and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we don't, like, I say we don't have too much game. We have a lot of deer, at least where I live at. Some places are completely barren. I'm very fortunate to be in a good area with deer. Yeah, in our fish population, I mean, where I'm at here in Tennessee, in the Cumberland area, the TVA watershed, there's over 300 different species of fish. Granted, not all of them are considered game fish or edible or anything like that, but we do have probably some, like, the most fish. Well, that kind of, I guess in the area, I should say, out of all these other places. Then you've got, you know, Florida, they've got a ton of different, like, saltwater fish and whatnot. I'm trying to figure out where the bass just went. I saw them moving around and just missed them. I was fighting with this crappie jig. Where he's probably at is right over there. We're stuck on something? Yeah, we're stuck on something. Of course we are. Gosh dang it, dude. I gotta use this thing a little more of. And reel. It's kind of warm over here. And we got it. Cool. As long as I get my jig back, I'm happy. We gotta get out of this. Right where I was trying to cast at, so whatever was here ain't here no more. I can cast off right there. A bunch of gunk on it, probably. It felt like a, yeah. Yeah, we've got carp around here. We have a bunch of different species of carp, bass. We got trout. The only thing is we don't have many natural trout, at least where I'm at. We do have I'm a couple hours from the Smoky Mountains, which has, there you are. I want to catch whatever this thing is. Which the Smokies has natural trout, but they're like the really small, like brook trout and stuff like that. But it's always rewarding to be able to catch those guys. Let's see, check what else we got. At least around here. We got walleye, catfish. What else do we have on this river? Can't think of what else we have, but we definitely have a very wide selection of different types of fish. One kind of fish I do want to catch more of is walleye, because man, it is probably, in my opinion, one of the best freshwater fish to eat. The meat's very flaky, which is nice. Gotta get this not stuck there. Oh, we're gonna hit that probably. At least it's not as solid as this. Yeah, let's just keep moving. I don't want to spend too much time looking for that bass. We'll do some passing throws. I'm stuck again. Are you kidding me? I'm trying to keep. Yeah, so that's kind of how it is with a lot of places around here. The only place where it is ideal for them to actually spawn is between the Caney Fork and the Smokies, and that's just because of how cold the water is with the Caney. Because even there they're imported and well, stocked, I should say. But yeah, they need cold waters. I mean, they're very particular creatures. But that's why here in America, we do our best to conserve them as a natural resource, just because of we have so many streams and waters, especially up north, that are keen for them to spawn in. Let's get this fixed up. Are you serious? I'm just getting stuck in everything right now. Nope. We're gonna straighten out here. Yeah, this little rod, I mean, it's fully bent over. Oh, come on, please. Okay, cool. We got our lure back. So all I care about is not losing this thing. Let's back out of here. That's a tree. That's why I got stuck. Let's go a little faster and. I'm trying to think. I caught that bass over here in this log. Yeah, we've got tilapia. Actually, yeah, we do have tilapia out here, but they're considered, I believe they're considered invasive. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, so back when I was at the police academy, we had tilapia for, this got a little bit off topic, but we had tilapia for lunch and dinner styles. It was the worst food, or worst tilapia I've ever had. I've never felt that disgusted eating something in my life. close. I guess there's something. Are tilapia any fun to fight? I've never actually caught one. Oh, I guess that works. Nope. Gosh, dude. Every rock or surface that has anything that can get me stuck just keeps getting me constantly stuck. Alright. Oh, well, let's back up out of here. Did exactly what I didn't want to do. Let's get all the way up here. Beautiful sunset. Oh yeah. That's beautiful. Look at that. Okay. At least they went on plane after they passed away. That's the worst thing. Someone goes on plane while I'm on the kayak. Yeah, I've never had like actually good tilapia. I eat a decent amount of fish. Like if I catch something and I can eat it, and I'm like 100% like, hey, this is within specification and all that kind of stuff, then I'll do what I can to eat it. Every once in a while, you know, like today, I kind of came out here to try to catch something. Did I get snagged again? This is just not going good anymore. Okay. It's going to be my luck that at some point I'm going to think it's a snag, and next thing you know I have a 10-pound or a 20-pound flathead or something. But not in this shallow of water. Alright, back up quick. I only have probably not even 30 minutes of daylight left, truthfully. Try out that rock, and if I get snagged, I think I'll probably have to head back to shore because I am getting real close to losing this thing a lot. Here, ow. Oh, that was a abysmal cast. Let's try that again. Nothing. Alright. I am seeing a little bit of movement up here though, which is nice. Oh, good movement too. Oh yeah, no kidding. Really any fight in this thing is a fight to remember. You see how it doubles down doubles over just with a small little inconvenience, let alone a massive fish or something. I do not want to case the other direction. Let's reel that in first. I do eventually want to increase the line size on this thing, as long as the reel will cover it. It's a Shakespeare, so it should be able to take the force on it, but I also am not 100% certain on everything else with it. Let's go for a cast out into it. Nothing. we'll start heading back towards the dock, and if we see any movement while we're heading that way, we'll stop and throw, but I really don't know what I'm going to see on the way back. Oh, well, there you go. I saw something. Should probably turn the proper way. And let's go and give her a good cast. Not where I wanted to go. But I run to the shore. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, this is one of the Shakespeare's. It's not an ugly stick though, which, you know, ugly stick's owned by Shakespeare, so I trust it to catch something pretty good size. I mean, I don't know. This is like 4-pound mono, so it's definitely not going to be catching any hogs anytime soon. But besides that one bass we just caught a little bit ago. Is that a fish? I don't know if that was a fish. It felt like a fish, but I think I'm just snagged. It's gonna be my luck that I'm just snagged again. Ah. Come here. That's definitely just a snag. Get off of there. Get. I don't know what you're stuck on. Free not to be stuck. Ah, I see a giant stick. That's great. Come here. Come here. I ain't gonna lose you. Well, I learned that it can hold its own against a giant stick. Nah, I thought that because it felt like a bump, and I stopped it. And I started reeling again, and it went taut. I was like, man, that's a fish. And then it just wasn't a fish. So, especially because I saw some movement over here too. It got me excited. So I'm probably gonna take these off. Man, it's beautiful out here. Can I get a pop on it? I can get movement behind me. Over by that log, so chances of me getting snagged are pretty high, but we'll see. We shall see. Oh, ooh, that was almost really bad. Could still be pretty bad. Through on the right side is about to cross through one of the sides of the stick. I'd rather not do the. Okay, so this is the lagoon over there. Yeah, let's keep moving because it's going to be like the same thing as last time with the other fish, where we're just hunting it down and just kept changing positions with it. Trying to smash my hand. I've got my my oar holders to my right. I've hit my hand on these things so many times. It's not even funny. It just hurts. Bait fish running again. I was caught for about almost a year, like to date, but it was lost trying to think of what the timing was. It was like pretty much 11 months and like 20 days, somewhere around that. Yeah, I'm not a cop anymore, and honestly, it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth, the whole circumstances of how I left. Just weren't really big for me, but I am still a fireman though. So I've been a fireman for 3 years now, roughly. Started when I was 8. Yeah, I started when I was 18. So actually, yeah, 3 years because it was in May when I joined up with the department. Yeah, but now my current job, I'm an inspector for a fire protection company. I like the job. It's got its perks. I mean, I get to actually have a normal schedule again and get out and do stuff like this finally, opposed to having a schedule that changed every 2 weeks. That was really almost unbearable, truthfully. So having an actual fixed schedule, decent pay, I mean, it's not much to complain about. What just jumped out of the water there, but I thought it was a bird for a second, and then I looked over and the bird was gone. So it was not a bird, it was a fish. So we're gonna really quickly. I snagged again. We are snagged again. Gosh dang it. Oh, come on. No, don't. Pull me the wrong direction. Yeah, though, so what I didn't like was the fact that our shifts were 8 hours, well, 8.5 hours. Yeah, we got paid for our lunch and everything, but the way that it was set up wasn't really in the favor of the people. They were like, oh yeah, we're a family-oriented department, which was, in all reality, a lie. It's not family at all. Do I still have my jig? I still have my jig. Let's go. Yeah, now that I can actually get out here, I mean, I got off early today, but I can get out here, do stuff that I enjoy. I mean, just have way more freedom and free time now, working the exact same amount of hours a week as I did being a cop. It's pretty hard to beat that. I was definitely fortunate though, because where I was a cop at, it wasn't really that bad of an area, but there was the issue of the people that you worked with. It kind of, they're the ones that really left a bad taste in my mouth. But I don't resent them or anything. It's just kind of like not really the kind of people I want to be around and work with. And my legs are getting tired. We'll be having a whole bunch of movement up here in a second, probably. These bait fish are not very happy with me being here. They're all jumping around me and everything. Nope. Let's get away from that. Bait fish moving, not seeing any big jumps or nothing like that. Oh, no, I lied. There's a massive jump. A couple, well, yeah, we're about 100 feet ahead. Oh man, that's a huge farm. Yeah, I don't have as much wild experience as I would like to have. I want to get more, however, but it's kind of like a federal job and a whole lot of paperwork and whatnot you got to do. But I have fought a few wildfires in my department. Wow, look at that sunset. Here, hold up. Hey, look at how beautiful that is. Oh, wow. Let's see. We're good. You wrapped. You better not be wrapped. You're not wrapped. Cool. Yeah, eventually, I mean, really end goal that I want to get is actually to have my own farm. But that's ways out. But luckily, I have plenty of time to start working towards that goal. Big jump. Ever so slightly make sure it gets in here, because otherwise I either too little or too much. Any bites? Nothing. Nope, nothing. Yeah, so I'm a volunteer. I don't get paid to do it. I just do it just for fun, really. Which sounds crazy to some people, but man, I mean, once you actually get your first working fire, it's just like catching a 20-pound of this thing. You do not forget it. It is something that you will always remember. My first one, I remember I almost broke my ankle on it too. It was about the worst part of it. Oh, pay attention. But yeah, that's kind of the one downside to certain areas is like being too far from like a fire department. That's why most of our people around here, we have volunteer departments. I mean, even us, like we're pretty close to town. We need to angle that because it's about to fall down. But we have our own departments, volunteer-wise and town-wise. I mean, we're within the same distance as some of the cities, not closer, and vice versa, to our own zones. But it's just really for the departments that need the help. You know, the volunteers are there to help out, and then we also respond to our own calls and everything. So like with structure fires, you know, you'll have more bodies ready to help out than, you know, if you were just to have city units responding. That's really where most of our calls come from, but you know, mutual aid is a huge thing here, just because some of these houses, the way they're built and how big they are, I mean, it could easily go from one department fire to you need every single person hands on deck as soon as possible. Ooh, I got some movement. Let that drop. Oh yeah, dude. Especially when it's windy out, that goes from, oh hey, this is gonna be fun, to, oh, this could be a huge issue and quick. We've had I wasn't on the force yet, but which got turn around first. I want to start trying to think more. But yeah, just kind of the way that everything was going. So I can turn on my lights now. You can't really see it, but I've got my, why is that one not working up front? I'll figure that out later. So I've got a bunch of different stuff in the bottom right here. Power-wise, that's probably just one of my splitters got pushed because I threw in something earlier. But yeah, like I was saying, wildland fires are no joke, especially when it comes to wind, because you can have anywhere from, you get a small 10-acre fire, well, you call that small, it's a huge fire. A few acres of land catches fire, and the next thing you know, you're fighting 1,000 acres within a couple hours. It's not properly taken care of. Out here. Let's see, get sideways and cast it. Don't get snagged. Come on, knock it off. There's a bunch of bait fish around here, it looks like. Not seeing any movement out here. They're probably all gone towards the shallows. Oh, I'm just starting to fall asleep. Oh, that's what it was. I was wondering why I just smacked. Oh, I realized it jumped to my left. You might be able to see that green glow. That's coming from my boat. It's the LEDs on the side. Oh, wow. Yeah. Insane, isn't it? Oh, yeah, no, y'all's. It's kind of crazy to think that y'all's winter is in the middle of our summer. I find that kind of cool, though. There's something right here. I want to figure out what that is. Yeah, it's usually our fall or autumn, whatever you want to call it, where we got to worry about all the brush fires, just because everything's all dried out and we don't really get much rain. Summer we get a good amount. Spring we get the most rain. But yeah, fall we're mostly concerned because it gets cold enough over here to where it's not a huge deal if it gets kind of like it starts to get a little bit hot fire-wise, just because I mean it's a cold air. Usually helps some of the timber stay colder before it actually, so it takes longer to actually catch fire. It's about time we start heading in, it looks like. Not seeing any more jumps, it's gotten dark enough. And even though we didn't really catch all that much, I would say they went pretty good. Got a good bass. If I can get my transducer on, that'd be great. Go. Soaked. And now we push it to the stream. Speed. Oh, wow. All right, that was a little sooner than I thought. Yeah, I always found that kind of neat. Let's hop out of here. We'll start dragging stuff along and clearing out as needed. Gotta figure out why this thing ain't lighting up. Knees gotta get some. Oh man. Oh, that's popping everywhere. Oh. Pop this guy out real quick. Oh, I did not mean to screenshot. Alright. Yeah, this is. Oh, I didn't realize it's all zoomed in still. Yeah, let me turn on everything and kind of get a good idea of what all I've got rigged up on this thing. So yeah, I've got those blue front lights usually will illuminate the front area for me tying up stuff at night. I'm supposed to have 2 green LEDs on both sides, but only one side's currently working because I think the other side got unplugged when I pushed in something else. And then you got the lights back there and then safety light. So then you got your transducer and whatnot. But yeah, it's a pretty good rig to play around with. It was fun building it. That's why I think it's going to be fun building up another rig to get set up for actually coming out here with a John boat or something. First, I got to actually get the John boat and start working on everything else. Oh man, my knees are killing me. Thank you. Yeah, I'm about to end the stream. Appreciate y'all coming and checking out and everything. It's the first time doing that on YouTube. I'm definitely gonna be doing it on YouTube a lot more than anywhere else, just because I had a lot better engagement. Enjoy talking to you, man. Hopefully I'll see you on a few more of these. But yeah, I'm gonna start getting everything put in the car and be good to go. As always, thanks for checking it out, and happy fishing to tight lines. See y'all later.